Brentwood Lanes, Harvest Park Bowl, excuse me. Walter Ray Williams Jr. will now take on Ricky Ward. And if I'm Ricky Ward, I want to get off to a fast start.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you, Marsh. The crowd is really behind Walter. He's drawing energy from that. He's hitting both lanes, as we can see there. 7 strikes in the opening match. Leaves the light 7-pin.
Probably the worst shot he's thrown in either of the 2 games.
A little bit better, man. Let's try my spare ball.
Why am I here? Walter's taking care of everything for us.
He's in charge all the way. Cross lane at the 7-pin. Straight at it.
And no trouble with a single pin spare for Deadeye.
But he has given Ricky the opportunity to get out with a quick start like you were talking about and get ahead.
And you know he wants to come out fired. He's got to get a little bit of pressure put on Walter Ray Williams as soon as possible.
Nice opening shot.
Yes, he was, and he ran that ball out a little bit. He threw the ball. You saw him clench his fist.
Doing a little house cleaning there on lane 17.
Ricky with a 227 average to qualify 3rd. The scores this week, I would put them in the moderate range.
Amazing that averaging 227 is now considered moderate, isn't it?
It wasn't in the 70s and 80s. Those were high scores.
For the quick double. Has it. Well, you see a relatively small field of only 100, but they averaged 208, 213 to cash, and not too much different to make the top 24.
No, and you know, that's, if I could dial in the kind of averages I'd like to have for a pro tournament, 216 to make the top 24 would be very, very good.
Walter drills it in there.
And now it's,
go ahead, Mark.
And a very important shot for Walter, both physically and for his mental well-being, to let Ricky Ward know that, hey, Ricky, I'm here. And now we're
I'm a
tied.
22-time champion.
Yeah. This shot here to even up the match.
Fade, and hold, carry.
Oh, the solid 10 pin comes over, but doesn't hit it. Walter talking to that ball all the way.
He was telling that ball to fade.
We want to throw it.
That ball was left of his target, but it did hook out. It held pocket, but the 10 pin didn't fall.
At the 10 pin, straight at it. So he's at a 7 and a 10.
He's hitting the pocket. As you can see, we're going to take a look at the pin action. Watch the 6 pin, second to the right, wrapped right around the 10.
Boy, it never really came close, did it?
Not close enough for Walter's liking.
Great opportunity for Ward here to jump out to even a bigger lead. Beautiful shot. I talked to him about off to a good start. What are his goals for 97?
And into 96, I set the goals for 97 to come out and just believe in myself and take one week at a time and make good shots each and every frame. And so far, so good. 2 shows in 4 weeks, so I can't complain.
Now, he's a nice young man, pretty much says what he feels. 20 pins up, trying to make it a 30-pin lead and really put some heat on Walter Ray.
And does. Wow, does he look good?
He's starting to get excited.
Walter, 4th frame. Weird hit, leaves the 7 pin. So the carry has suddenly left Walter Ray.
Has not had a good break in this game, and his opposition hasn't missed. Right now, Walter is certainly concerned. There are 6 frames to go. He's 31 pins down.
Ninth frame. Walter Ray must have a good foundation here.
Come on, get
Looks
it
good. And a little bit of a courtesy hometown nudge for Walter.
Well, he says, I need that hometown nudge.
Take a look at the way this 6-pin, I believe it is, it just sort of leans on the 10. Come on, you can do it.
Leaned it over. Ricky Ward
On his good lane.
6-pin. Not going to fall.
And right now, Ricky Ward, if he makes this spare, he can still strike out and shut Walter out. But if he does not get 2 strikes in the 10th frame, Walter can come up and win the match. Much closer than it was about 5 minutes ago.
First thing first, as the spare, he must convert.
And he likes to hook it at these.
Ricky Ward, 9th frame, as we see the difference, 18 pins.
Now what has got to be going through Ricky Ward's mind right now? He's going into a situation where he needs a double to shut out the great Walter Ray Williams Jr. and he's going to a lane that he hasn't been close on.
We could see the oil on his ball right there as the track of a 3/4 roller that we talked about in the average builder this week.
Needs to compose himself, needs 2 strikes. Oh, what a great shot. And that adjustment does not surprise me. He went light. He knew he had to get the ball more full into the pocket.
He did.
And he leaves the 8-pin.
Easy spare, avoided the split.
But Walter Ray Williams is not shut out.
At the 8-pin. Has it easily. The count semi-important, but not vital here.
No, he's working on a 224 pace if he were to strike here. If he does get a strike, it would force Walter Ray to get 2 strikes and 8.
Okay.
So he wants to get as many pins as he can.
Gets them all 10, 224. 1 error in that game.
And a big one. Really, he had the match well within his grasp. It was a lot like what Walter was doing the last game, where all he had to do was keep making quality shots. Now Walter's got a chance. And I wouldn't want to give him a chance.
The graphic tells the whole story. Has to have this first one.
That ball was a little bit high, Mike. A little bit high. Now does he go for the same shot now? I think he's got to make a little bit of it. He's going
asking for a re-rack.
Doesn't like the way the pins are spot. Generally what he's looking at is the 1-3 pocket. It might be a little wide. In fact, from this angle it looks like the 1-3 was a little bit wide.
Wide meaning more of a separation?
Yeah, and you want the
re-rack, please. That's 2, right?
Asking for a double. I think actually the 3-pin is setting in, Marsh.
Yeah, look at it. It's actually a little bit closed.
So he's looking at a solid 10 if he hits flush on that.
I'm sure that's what's going through his mind.
You see the PBA's website on the rake right there.
Yeah. And here's Walter Ray was given a chance, a very, very big opportunity for him with this strike here. A good chance to go on to the next match.
Boy, what a loft. I don't think he got out of that clean.
That ball was off his hand a little bit further down the lane. I'm sure he's very, very surprised and disappointed, and I'm sure Ricky Ward feels real fortunate.
Walter Ray coming up short in our second match of the evening, or the afternoon. Takes home $4,500. Just didn't quite do it. Ricky Ward is the victor over the great Walter Ray. We'll be back to take a look at our top finishers right after these important messages.